So, after a gap of 90 days without Premier League football, I'm glad to announce that it's back. The Premier League is back, and we had two matches on Wednesday evening. The early kick-off. These two matches were for teams who hadn't completed those 29 fixtures like most of the others. And the first of them was Aston Villa at home to Sheffield United. Fans were online, a selection anyway. There was crowd noise in the stadium, but it still looked a bit strange. Team news anyway at Villa Park. Nyland was in goal for Rayner, and McGinn returned to action. He'd been out with injury for some time. And for the Blades, they had Musset and McGoldrick on the bench. McBurney and Sharp were up front. And let's get into the action then. I have to admit that this wasn't a real spectacle. 5 minutes. There was a first attempt on goal by Hourihane, but Henderson dealt with it quite cleverly. 16 minutes, Grealish free kick across the box, but it was again easy for the keeper, the header being a bit tame. And 41 minutes, first real effort for Sheffield United. Norwood again taking a free kick on the left, and Ireland takes the ball quite comfortably, however, and so we dribbled to the half-time break, goalless. Well, the second half, it didn't really get a lot better, I have to admit. This is from the highlights that I saw on this very excellent website called highlights.com. And there was a nice strike by Davis on the left side of the 6-yard box, but again, Henderson, who's been strong all season in United's goal, managed to prod it wide. And then 8 minutes later, a nice pass by Grealish to McGinn, and he was just outside the box, and he forced another good save from the keeper. But that was about it. It trundled to a goalless draw. Not a particularly auspicious start. So to the late game then. Manchester City at home to Arsenal. Laporte and Mendy were in from the start for City. Otamendi on the bench. No sign of the other defender, the English defender, and his name escapes me. Aguero on the bench. Jesus preferred, and Bernardo Silva was also warming the bench. For the Gunners, Luis and Lacazette on the bench, and there was no Ozil at all. So they took the knee at the beginning in support of Black Lives Matter. That also took place at Villa Park, I might add. It was raining, typical Manchester rain. 3 minutes, early free kick. De Bruyne forced Leno to push the effort over the top, and on 24 minutes, an effort at the other end, Aubameyang. But it was high and well over the top from 25 metres. Then 33, a nice effort from Sterling, curling right foot shot, tested Leno, who pushed the effort wide. And then we had more action for Leno, 2 efforts from Silva and Mahrez in quick time. But anyway, City definitely now on top, but nothing to show for it. Then Mahrez linked with De Bruyne, and they put Sterling through, but this time from close range, his effort went over. That was on 38 minutes. We were approaching the break into added time. It looked like it was going to stay that way. And then a speculative cross from the right, and Luis had come on as a sub, made a right hash of things, let in Sterling, who pounced, and this time he didn't he didn't miss, and he smashed the ball into the roof of the net, and so that was 1-0 for City. Into the second half, and Luis was having a bit of a nightmare. 3 minutes in, he brought down Mahrez. A petulant challenge by him. A penalty was awarded. Red card for Luis. And De Bruyne converted. That was 2-0. So City now well in command. 68, Leno was there to deny De Bruyne a goal, his effort inside the box. And another piece of good work by Leno on 76 minutes. But eventually, into added time, Aguero, who came on, he managed to create a bit of space. Good work from Fernandinho, moving the ball in from the back. Assist by De Bruyne, and Aguero managed to hit the post, but Foden followed up and he slotted the ball home, and that was 3-0. There could have been a 4, but that was pretty good, good enough for Guardiola anyway. So City back to winning ways. Arsenal looking rather bedraggled, to be honest. Final score at the Etihad then, Manchester City 3, Arsenal 0. Right, now I'm going to go into the predictions. Now, the fixtures have been altered quite considerably because of the lockdown, and we've got consecutive fixtures in the Premier League from Friday right through to the following Wednesday. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do predictions through and including the matches on Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesdays I'll do a new prediction show to encompass the following weekend matches. So we're on Friday. We start with Norwich against Southampton. Norwich, of course, rock bottom, looking inevitable that they're returning to the Championship. Southampton looked good before the lockdown, and so I'm actually going for a Norwich draw here. I think they might just have enough to show some respectability, and I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Next up is White Hart Lane. Spurs at home to Manchester United. Manchester United have made some great strides, well they had back in March, and Spurs have been a bit up and down. I'm going for a Man U win here. I'm expecting them to get the better of this match by 2-1. Now to Saturday's fixtures, the 4 in all. First up is Watford at home to Leicester. Leicester really inching towards Champions League football. Watford, well, they've improved, but they're still fighting for their lives. I don't think Deeney's going to be playing. He's still got an issue about a poorly infant in his household, and so he's very worried about this COVID. So I'm going here for a 1-1 draw. To Brighton, they've had some problems with COVID, with a player or maybe 2 testing. They're at home to Arsenal. Can Arsenal rebound after that drubbing at the Etihad? Well, I think they can, and I'm actually expecting them to bounce back. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Arsenal. Now to the London Stadium, West Ham at home to Wolves. Both sides have looked pretty good up until the break. Wolves particularly good on the eye. I'm going for a high-scoring draw here, 2-2. And the last of the Saturday matches, Bournemouth at home to Crystal Palace. Bournemouth are really struggling. They desperately need the win. Palace, they look like they're safe now. Hodgson's done another great job. I'm expecting Bournemouth to edge this one by 2-1. Then to Sunday's matches, 3 of them in all, and St James's Park. They're at home to Sheffield United. Sheffield United were very quiet in their match with Villa. I'm expecting them to be a little bit more on the front foot. Newcastle, well, at home their form's been pretty good. But I think Sheffield, their dogged defence, I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Now to Villa Park. This time they're at home to Chelsea. I think they'll find Chelsea a much more of a handful than they did against Sheffield United, particularly with that strike force that's pretty prevalent. Not sure what's happening with Willian. He looks like he's going to be on his way, so he may not get picked. Abraham, I think, running the line. But I'm going for a Chelsea win by 2-1. And then the Merseyside derby. Everton at home to Liverpool. Liverpool just 2 wins away from the title, their first title in 30 years. I don't think they're going to slip up. Everton have been a bit hot and cold after an initial good start by the new coach. I'm going for Liverpool to take this game by 3-1. And then the last match in this preview is the Monday night match. Manchester City at home to Burnley. City look pretty safe now in second. I think they're going to comfortably roll over Burnley. I'm going for a City win by 3-1. So that concludes this review show with the results from the Tours 2. We'll be back on Monday with a results show.